Hey folks, Chef Dave Machado here, the Lawyer Chef, cooking good food fast with you. Today's episode is going to be absolutely delicious. What are we making today? Well, today, folks, we're making swordfish tacos, and they're gonna be delicious. What do you have with tacos? What is the number one thing that you get with any taco dish at any restaurant? Well, you get Mexican rice or Spanish rice. I don't care what you call it. I call it delicious. So let's get started on the rice, because that's what's going to take a little bit longer than anything else. And we're going to try cooking it in the Instapot today, and we're going to make some really delicious rice. So let's get started on that. One of the first things we got to do is we're going to dice up half an onion. So we're going to dice it up small because we don't want big old chunks of onion in the rice. So we will cut it nice and small. So a little. All right. So we'll get that. We'll put that up here. We'll get rid of this exterior. All right, so we're gonna just cut them nice and small, right? And if you really want to save some time and you don't want to go through the trouble of dicing up a small onion, you know, since we're cooking them in the pressure cooker, you can always you can use those dehydrated onions that they sell, and that'll work, but it's not as nice as using the fresh. There we go. So once we got that, oh, I don't like this, so there goes that piece. And then what we do is I'll separate it into like 3 pieces, right? Three sets of, and then just kind of, there's that. Folks, if you're just starting out cooking or you don't know how to cook or whatever, take it easy with the knife. Don't go crazy. You don't have to go fast. This isn't a race, but we're trying to do this in 30 minutes or less. So, all right. So, first thing I want to do with these onions is I want to put them in the pot. So here's my pot that goes in the pressure cooker. First thing we're going to do actually is we're going to coat the bottom of that pot with some olive oil. All right. So if you have extra time, you can toast the rice. You know, so if you toast the rice, it does give a little bit of a different flavor profile, and it is delicious. It's going to be delicious either way. But if you have the time, go ahead and toast it. And you'll start to saute the onions just a little bit. And there you go. So, I'm putting this pot right here. All right. So, what do I got? Well, we're going to use 1.5 cups. I like to use jasmine rice. And the jasmine rice, I find it fragrant and delicious. And one of the things that you want to do with jasmine rice, normally, I would rinse it out. For this particular recipe, I don't rinse it out. Why? I don't know, it just comes out better. So we're going to start off with 1.5 cups of rice. And typically we would use 3 cups of water, because we use 2 cups of water per every cup of rice. So we'd use 3 cups of water. We're going to do that a little bit differently today, because we're not making just regular white rice. We're making the Spanish rice, the Mexican rice. Again, I call it delicious. You call it whatever you want. All right. So I'm going to grab my spoon here, and I've got 2 tablespoons of garlic. Okay, and I'm putting it all in the pot. Okay. Then I've got 8 ounces of tomato sauce. And this is just an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce that I have already opened and I put into this little dish. And then I've got a half a teaspoon of cumin, and that's going to give it some great flavor. And then I'm going to put in a Goya packet. This is Sazon Goya. You can get this at pretty much any big grocery store in their international section. And this is a seasoning that is used in very many Latin dishes as well as some Caribbean dishes. Just use 1 packet. Okay? Got that? And that's in there. And that's going to give it some of that great flavor. Yeah, I'm putting that aside. So now I'm putting in, remember we said we'd normally do 3 cups of water because we're doing 1.5 cups of rice. Well, we're doing 2.5 cups this time of chicken stock, and we're making up for that other 1/2 cup that we're missing with the 8 ounces of tomato sauce. And we just pour that in there. So you can use chicken stock, chicken broth, whatever it is that you like to use. It's fine. Just use whatever it is you got at home. No sense in going out and spending more money, buying that. So if you got it, use it. You can also use water and little bouillon cubes. You can use the Better Than Bouillon paste in there with some water. I mean, whatever you got, that's what you want to use, okay? So I've mixed this all up, and now I'm going to put it in the pressure cooker. All right? So we're putting it in the pressure cooker. Now that it's in, we're going to hit the pressure cook. We're going to put it on 6 minutes. 6 minutes, it will go. Doesn't mean it's going to be ready in 6 minutes. It means once it gets up to temperature, it'll be ready in 6 minutes. Then what we do is we'll let it sit for another 5 minutes or so, and that's going to let it finish cooking, and we're going to let the steam out, and it's going to be delicious, folks. So what are we going to do next? Well, let's go ahead and start seasoning the swordfish. So I'm going to put my cutting board up there for a minute. I got my wet rag. And for those of you who haven't seen the show before, the reason for the wet rag is it keeps the cutting board from moving on me, and that's always nice because you don't want to move around. It's a safety issue. So, okay, so I've got these 2 beautiful swordfish steaks. All right. So what I'm going to do, though, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim. Normally, like on salmon and stuff like that, I don't take the skin off. But on the swordfish, I like to take the skin off. So I'm going to trim a little bit of that off. And just because. Why not? Okay? All right. So, got that. Now, since I touched raw protein, I'm going to wash my hands. I don't want to cross-contaminate anything. All right. So, now that we did that, what are we gonna season the fish with? Real easy. This is going to be a simple one. We're going to just do salt, pepper, and garlic. That's all we need, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. All right, I'm going to get my pot going, or my pan going, and get that hot so that when we're ready, when we've got this fish seasoned, we can just go ahead and stick it in there, and then it's going to be great. All right, so I got the pan on high. I want to get it really nice and hot. I want to hear that sizzle when I put my meat in. I want it to sear. I want it to be absolutely delicious. So we're going to start off with a little bit of salt. And I like to use coarse kosher salt. All right. Don't be afraid of it, folks. It's flavor. All right. Now, next thing I'm going to put in, I'm going to put in some garlic. Don't be afraid of that either, because that's the good stuff. And then I'm going to put some fresh cracked pepper on this. All right. That is going to be delicious. All right. I've only done one side. I'm going to put it on the pan, and then once it's on the pan, then I'll do the other side. All right. So I'm going to put that there for now while that pan is warming up. These pans take a little bit longer to heat up than a conventional pan. But one of the things we're going to start with is we're going to start with a small red cabbage. Okay. Why? Because it's delicious. I'm going to make this wonderful pineapple mango slaw, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to bring it all together with an avocado crema that we're going to make here. And I'm telling you what, folks, this is going to be one of the best swordfish tacos that you've ever had. And I'm going to use about a third. And why am I only using a third? Well, I'm really not going to be making that much, but I want to have enough where I don't have to skimp on the tacos, right? So this is what we're going to do. I might decide to use more. Who knows? All right, my pan should be hot now. We're going to use a little bit of avocado oil in the pan to help with the fish. We're going to cook the fish about 4 minutes on each side. These are nice steaks. They're not super thick, but they're not too thin either. So we're going to do about 4 to 4.5 minutes on each side, okay? All right, come with me. All right, we don't need too much oil, just enough to coat the pan. See how that's nice and see how that moves around nicely? That's because it's hot, and that's exactly what we want. All right, so you put the first one in. And now we'll put the second one in. And let's wash my hands again. And don't be afraid to ask for help, okay? Because we're doing a lot of stuff, and it's complicated. It's really not complicated, but we're doing a lot of stuff, and you can easily forget about something. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Alexa, 4 minutes, please.
4 minutes, starting now.
So she'll let me know when it's time to flip the fish. So let's go ahead and start cutting the red cabbage. So I'll tell you what, folks, I'm inspired on this dish by a trip that I took about 15, 16 years ago, work trip, early in my career. I was over at Naval Base Point Loma in San Diego, and I was there for a class, and they, you always ask the locals, hey, where's a good place to eat? Because, whenever you go on a trip, of course you can always go eat at a, Burger King or McDonald's or one of those places or whatever, any kind of chain joint, but really the locals have really the pulse of good food. And you want to eat good food. I mean, there's no point in eating bad food, right? I mean, what's the point of that? That's just craziness. So I asked some of the locals where to eat, and a number of them actually said, go to the Brigantine. They have the best swordfish tacos. And you know what? They're right. So I am not sponsored by the Brigantine. I have no connection to the Brigantine, but I'm giving them a shout out because those fish tacos that I had, 15, 16 years ago, they were amazing. And whenever I make swordfish tacos, I always remember of the brigantine. And I don't make them exactly how they make them, but like they don't use this particular slaw that I'm going to make for the tacos, but it's delicious, and I was inspired by those delicious swordfish tacos. So, Green Team, shout out, great job. All right, so we got some red cabbage, we got some green cabbage. We got about a third of each in this slaw. Why? Because I'm not going to make that many tacos. So for now, but boy, those are looking good. So yeah, that's enough for now. So we're doing about a third each. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dice up a red onion. Now, we're not going to use the whole red onion because we don't need to use the whole red onion. We're actually not even going to use half. We're going to use a little bit less than half because red onions are very strong and we don't need it to be that strong. All right? So, just like the last one, we're going to slice it up really thin because the flavor is really, it's a punch, and it's a good punch. So, since I'm not making that much, I think that's all I'm going to use. Yeah, let's do another couple slices. Why not? So, all right. There we go. We're ready to flip our tacos, or our fish. I got my little silicone spatula, and I got my tongs. All right, Alexa, thank you. And now let's flip it over. Oh yeah, that's got some nice charge. I love that. So we're going to turn that down. Alexa, stop. Oh yeah. Alexa, 2 minutes. That's all we need, folks. 2 minutes. All we need is 2 minutes. All right, so, well, that's going to be ready. And I just took a peek at the pressure cooker, and it was at 2 minutes, so it should be getting ready to go now. All right, so we're going to put that in here. So when I'm done with this slaw, we're going to be ready to eat because everything's going to be ready. All right, so I got my onions and my cabbage, and I got it's roughly about a cup of pineapple, and we're going to cut that into small cubes, almost like a dice. And we're going to toss that in here. And there's the rice. Let's release the pressure, shall we? All right, well, we'll let it sit for a few minutes while we're doing this. All right. And I just buy this fresh pineapple already cut at the grocery store. Alexa, stop. So now, we'll just pull this off. Pulled it off, set it aside, let it sit and rest for a minute. All right, so now that we've got our pineapple pretty much cut, we got just a couple more things to do. And this slaw will be ready. The rice is ready. And we're going to have a delicious lunch or dinner or snack, whatever it is you're going to eat. All right, so now we've got this beautiful mango. Now, did you know that there are over 100 varieties of the mango? There are. I grew up in Miami, and there is a mango festival in Homestead every year, and they showcase all of these beautiful varieties of the mango, and they're all just as delicious as the next, right? Just like I'm sure you knew there are a number of different varieties of the avocado. Well, I don't know exactly how many there are, and there was no avocado festival by where I grew up, but look at that. That's delicious. It's going to be nice and sweet. We're going to put that in there as well. All right. Let's get that in there. Let's go. Come on. Come on, don't make me look bad. What do you think? Should we add more mango? Or not? Ooh, we got a bit of that seed there. Let's cut that part out. Just toss that. And we'll cut that off the skin with the spoon like we did the last time. And boom. All right. So we got that in there. Now, here's another one that is, this is kind of a, I don't know, not necessarily required for this slaw, but I like it. Raisins. So I've got about a 1/4 cup of golden raisins. You can use black raisins if you like them better. I like the golden raisins better, so I use the golden raisins. You can use whatever raisins or choose not to use whatever raisins you want to. It's your dish. Make it work how you want. Now, we got this beautiful Haas Avocado, and I feel like it's perfect. And I like to just go down the center on the top and just kind of let guide the avocado around the knife. And then just kind of like flip it open. And look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful avocado. So what are we doing with this avocado? So what I'm doing with the avocado actually is I am making an avocado crema to go with this slaw and with the tacos, right? So I'm going to pull this, let me use a fresh spoon, why not? Let's use a fresh spoon, because even though it's going on the same dish, you know, there's gonna be more crema than I need. But that's okay. So I put a half of an avocado in with the crema. Why? Because I'm just going to mash this. I'm going to mash this avocado, and it's going to kind of give this crema some additional deliciousness. All right? So, here we go. Like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. I'm making a little bit of a mess there. All right, so we're mixing up this avocado crema, and this is going to be very flavorful, and we don't have to add anything to it other than the avocado. So, and it's really refreshing. It's going to be the avocado crema is going to be refreshing. We're getting some good fats in there with the avocado. We're getting some sweetness from the mangoes and the pineapple and the raisins, and then we get some deliciousness from the red cabbage as well as the green cabbage. Now, we could just use green cabbage if you wanted. You know, if you can't find red cabbage or it isn't in season, well, then just use green cabbage. Now, I'll tell you what though, I just really like the flavor of the red cabbage and what it lends to this slaw. So now that I've gotten the bulk of this already nicely incorporated, I'm going to put it in the slaw, right? And I have just a little bit left over, which I'm going to use in the tacos themselves. All right. So now we just kind of mix this up. Let's mix this up. It's going to be absolutely delicious. And look at that. It's just beautiful color. We got the purple from the red cabbage. We got the green from the green cabbage, and then we got that orange from the mango and the yellow from the pineapple. This is just really pleasing to the eye. You know, and I say this all the time. We eat with our eyes before we eat with our mouth, because I mean, it's just human nature. We see what's on the dish, and if it's appealing, like this is beautiful color, it's appealing, we can't wait to stick it in our mouths. So this is a beautiful dish that you're really going to enjoy, and I'm just going to taste it to make sure I got it exactly how I want it. All right. That's delicious. So then when you want to take the pit out, just kind of hit it with the knife a little bit. And then be careful when you take it off, when you push it, because you don't want to cut yourself. So I am going to make some slices in this avocado because I want to use them. I want to use them when we plate. All right. So I'm going to set this aside right here for the moment. Got a cool little taco stand here a little while ago. All right. Oh yeah, that looks delicious. That's you know what? I'm going to grab that and bring it over. Okay, folks. All right. That is delicious. Perfect. All right. So, what do we need? We need taco shells. You want hard? You want soft? I don't care. Use what you like. I'm just gonna use some nice soft tacos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to heat up a clean pan, and I'm just gonna warm them up just a little bit. And I'm just gonna do 2, since we got the cool stand that holds 2. Yep, we know you're done. Let me unplug her. All right, so we got our rice, we got our flour tortillas, we got our slaw. This is gonna be really yummy meal, folks. So let me go in there, let's do it. So you just sit it on there for a minute. You don't have to have fancy stuff, folks, but we're gonna make a pastry bag so that we can put some of this avocado crema on the top really nicely on these tacos. So I'm putting them in a Ziploc bag, get the air out, close that up. Put this back over here for now. All right, so let's go back to our tacos shells. See that? They're getting nice and toasty. We'll flip that around. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Back to our bag. All right, we got our Ziploc bag. I'm gonna take my kitchen shears and I'm gonna cut a little corner off of it. Oh, I gotta hold it a little closer. All right, so we're cutting a little bit. Boom. All right, now this just became a pastry bag. You don't have to be a baker. You don't have to have all kinds of fancy stuff. This is going to be delicious, folks. Let's get rid of these. All right, so I need a fresh one. Beautiful. All right, so look at that. Yes. Worth every penny I spent on these things. They're great, and look at that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of that slaw in the, yeah, I could use this, because that's what's in it. All right, so we'll put some of this slaw on the bottom of the taco, okay? So there we go, boom. All right, let's do the other one. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's delicious. I can't wait to nam on that. Okay, so we got that. Let's put the slaw over here. So we've got our beautiful pieces of swordfish. I'm going to sit right up here for the moment. And I'm going to, oh yeah. Look at that. That's beautiful. More importantly, it's going to be delicious. Now, we'll come over here. We'll get our makeshift pastry bag of avocado crema. Look at that beautiful green color. All right, so now, all I want to do is just drizzle a little bit on the top. So I'll just kind of drizzle a little bit on the top. Look at that, yeah. There we go. All right, I'm going to set this aside right here. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of cotija cheese, which is, I like to think of it as the Mexican feta. And we'll put a little bit of cotija cheese on each one of these, or you can put a lot of cotija cheese, whatever you like. Whatever you like. This is your dinner, or lunch, or snack, or whatever. All right. So set that aside. We're going to get some of this delicious Spanish or Mexican rice. Again, call it whatever you want to call it. I call it delicious. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get creative a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's clean the plate out a little bit. Taking this back over here. For now, we got that right in the middle. Yeah. Yes. Okay. What did we forget? Nothing. Because here is our avocado that we're going to take some slices from. We're just going to lay them on the rice like so. No sense in wasting that. All right. Here you go, folks. I don't care how you want to look at it. There it is. From the side, from the front, from the other side, from the back. These swordfish tacos didn't take us very long, and they're absolutely delicious. What do you say we try this? You know, the other thing we can do is we can pour a little bit of olive oil on top of the avocado and the rice. That would be fantastic. All right. So I'm going to grab the first of the two tacos. I don't know how you do this in a hard shell. I think it'd be a mess, but let's try this. Mmm. Oh. Best, quickest Spanish rice, Mexican rice, delicious rice that you'll make. You get the sweetness of that mango or the pineapple, and then you get the cabbage flavor, and then you get this delicious, beautiful piece of swordfish along with that avocado crema and the cotija cheese. This is absolutely delicious. It's very inexpensive to make. Can't go wrong. Make a quick meal for your family. They're going to love it. They're going to appreciate you for it. If you like this, do me a favor. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification. You'll get notified every time I put up a new episode. So, this is a delicious meal. I'm a busy guy. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's cook some good food fast together. Hey folks, I'm Dave Machado, the lawyer chef. Thanks for coming into my kitchen and cooking with me. Have a great day.